Right, this is goddamn ridiculous. It snowed. Snowed relatively heavily and settled. So the idea of a day off in this job is becoming more like wishful thinking. Every single receptionist apart from me has phoned in sick today, and I'm the only receptionist that's not meant to be in today. So here I am. James phoned me up this morning, asked me kindly if I'd work even just 2 or 3 hours, because our busiest time is always in the morning when it's the young kids sessions. I agreed. 2 or 3 hours worth of pay is always nice. I've got nothing else to do today. I'm considering moving my entire room round, just so I can find a better place for the PC. Just make it feel less cramped in general. I'll see what I can do with that. It'd be nice if I could. How are you guys today anyway? Feel free to leave a comment down below. Oh god, I did not expect it to be snowing. I really thought we were on the path to summer. I really thought we were heading toward some kind of... It's still snowing. I really thought we were heading towards something warm. Apparently not. But I've got to go and walk to work. See you guys later. The shift went relatively quickly. It's only a few hours, but it's a few more quid, isn't it? I really want to get back into Twitch streaming. I want to play games online more. The only reason I stopped was because the internet was unable to support it. And I'll contact Sean later on today saying that we need to have a meeting about improving the internet, because 3 megabytes download at max and 1 megabyte upload at max, and that very rarely ever hits maximum speed, is awful. It's a rubbish speed. It's not Sean's fault, it's what Virgin still technically classed as broadband, but clearly isn't. I need much faster internet. It's the one reason I'd consider moving house. Better and faster internet. So I'm going to get in, tidy my room, sort some stuff out, and see if we can look into getting better internet. Walking back, I figured 2 things. 1, I need to do something with this hair. And 2, it's been a while since I did a charity shop sweep, so I'm going to walk around all the charity shops in Derby, see if we can pick up anything interesting. Then when I get back, we'll look at moving the room around. My room is not huge, and one of the issues I've got is I like to stream and I like to play games and work out kind of how I can sit on my computer and film myself playing the games with the green screen behind me. I'm considering moving around everything in my room again, because I like doing that every now and again, just to see if I can get a more efficient use of space out of where everything is. The main issue with that then is I've only got one light source in my room, the light obviously on the ceiling. If I were to move my computer, for example, over to the other side of the room, then if you watch my face right now, if the light source is directly ahead of where I'm filming, you can see everything in its imperfect focus. As I turn, you can see the shadows cross my face, and especially if I'm standing with my back to the light source, face is nowhere near as well defined now as it is now. So when I move my room around, I also need to consider where the light source is. I've bought a lamp specifically to change that around, so I might need to play around with that for a bit, see what I can change. But I definitely think this room needs some kind of moving around. It needs some rearranging, so I'm not getting the most efficient use of space at all out of what I'm doing right now. So let me have a look into what I can do and what I can move. I think I know what I can do, but it's going to be a big job. I might even put the camera up on the top over there so you can watch everything I do while I try. Yeah, that might be fun. Okay, big room change. Let's give it a go.
I find that cleaning and moving things around and resetting so you can start again, start from new, has a really cathartic, really nice feel to it. Every now and again in my life, whenever something difficult props up, I tidy my room, or I tidy my life. I get rid of things I don't need, I move things around, I try something new and try something different. That's exactly the same with what I'm doing right now. I'd finally had a surge of motivation, so I decided to use that motivation to do some things I've been putting off for a while, sort through all the paperwork in my room, get rid of all the old bank statements, tear those up and shred those, move things around, look at the lighting, just generally build a place that I'm going to be happy to be in and comfortable to be in. Not a place that I feel needs loads of effort to move around and fix all the time. My room should be my room, my little sanctuary, my little temple away from things. And this was just one step in the process of getting myself back on track to being productive.
Okay, it's gone, it's empty. Pretty much everything in this room is now moved out, and what I've managed to do is put pretty much everything I own out here in the corridor. So the corridor is now completely full of my stuff. If we go down the stairs in my house, it's just all of my stuff. I'm going to take this opportunity, this rare opportunity when I can see the carpet, to hoover absolutely everything, because apparently my room is so warm because there is a layer of dust on the floor insulating all the heat. And then I'm going to build a green screen out of the poles we've got downstairs, a lightweight, strong green screen, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. So that's going to be an exciting little project. That'll be on in a second. And then before I stream, I guarantee all this fluff, it's all going to be sorted. All this fluffy floppy hair, it's all going to be sorted out, don't you worry. But for now, empty room, streaming coming back soon.
I tried to remember the last time I'd hoovered this carpet, but then I realised I couldn't do that because I'd never hoovered this carpet. It took a while to get all of the stuff out of it, and I even used a trick that a friend had shown me once. Get an old comb, a comb that you're definitely not going to use to comb your hair with, and go around the edge of the carpet and vigorously and violently comb the carpet. You'll get all the hairs and random bits of dust and fluff out of the corners, you know, stuff that comes off socks and things like that. Don't use the comb on your head afterwards. I wrapped a piece of duct tape around mine just to remind me, do not use this comb on your head, for it has been used to comb the carpet, and I don't want those two things combining anytime soon. After that, the room was actually pretty tidy and pretty clean. I decided to do the most adult thing I'd ever done, and clean the rug.
Okay, I think I have a new plan. So the bed's now been moved around so it's back in the corner near the window. Wardrobe's over there still as usual. But now I can brace the green screen behind the radiator. Believe it or not, I can build out of broom handles some kind of brace that will hold the green screen up here, and when it's not doing anything, I can just slide it to the side or slide it somewhere else, or put it somewhere where it's out of the way. Yeah, this could work. This is an okay movement, and it's nice because look, the leg of my bed lines up perfectly with the curve in the wall. I didn't mean to do that, but I think this makes the room appear slightly bigger. When you walk in like this, get the carpet down there, PlayStation PC there. Oh, I could even put the PlayStation there. That'd be good. Yeah, there's a lot of possibility with this. I'm excited. This could work. Right, the next plan is to take my rug outside if it's finished snowing and beat it like it owes me money. I'm going to hang the rug up over... I always forget we have a garden. I'm going to hang the rug up over the spinny thing and just smack the dust out of it if I can. Let's make sure I said the word dust there. Right, let's beat a rug. So here is my latest plan. This is what I've been using as a green screen for quite some time. It's a large amount of cardboard all duct taped together with a huge green piece of felt stationary clipped over the top of it, and it was great because I had these hooks, these S hooks, that hung it over my wardrobe. Unfortunately, this has several downsides. One, it's very, very heavy because of all the cardboard behind it, and two, it tends to fall and bend a lot, and it's not very easy to transport. So my new plan is this. I'm going to buy several broom handles. I'm then going to duct tape the broom handles into a rudimentary frame. I'm then going to get big orange command hooks and pin this green felt over the frame like I'm pulling a canvas tight over a metal frame. I'm then going to be able to stand the metal frame up by putting some legs on it against the back wall here, which should have a uniform light shone onto it by that light over there. And I might not need another light. I might not need a key light, a fill light, or a spotlight. I'm just okay with just one main general light. Will it work? I have no idea. I don't know. But I'm going to talk you through the process of me making this green screen frame as I go. I like doing stuff like this because it gives me a purpose. And we all know how I feel about that. The news has warned, and people are sharing on Facebook, that everyone in Britain needs to be inside by 10 o'clock or they will literally freeze to death because the beast from the east is coming. The beast from the east. That sounds like a slogan for a Rocky film that hasn't been made yet, where Rocky's got to go and fight some kind of snowstorm. The beast from the east is coming. But no, seriously, we have to be in by 10 o'clock or we will freeze. I'm off to Wilko's to buy out their supply of broom handles. Amazingly, not the first time I've done this, because I use broom handles wrapped in duct tape as weapons and sticks whenever I'm teaching stage combat, because they are some of the safest things to do. Wrap them in duct tape, so even if they do bend or split, there's never any splinters or edges. It's the best way to do it. And then you can even put them in foam insulation or piping insulation. Works really well too. But seriously, get inside, because it is cold. It's snowing all day. Stop now, but it is still very cold. What I've also decided to do while I'm on such a productive buzz is open up all of these boxes full of paperwork and stuff and sort them all out into piles of stuff I need, stuff I can keep, and stuff I don't need. I don't know, for example, why I've got 5 boxes set in front of me, and in one box there is the packaging for a tube of superglue. I have no idea why I kept that. It was probably easier at the time just to throw it into the box, but right now everything is being cleared out and dealt with. It's weird. I'm going to do a whole thing on motivation. I think a video needs to be made on motivation. Basically, imagine an arrow being pulled backwards and then shot forwards. The pulling backwards is when you feel terrible and down and pointless and just numb. And then the shooting forwards is when you're like, you know what, let's just solve every problem all in one go. I wish I could find the nice middle ground and just constantly keep going with some level of productivity instead of going from 0 to 100 within a few hours. But apparently that's how I work. So let's fix every problem in my life within the next hour. Let's go. Let's just recap where things stand right now. I've been using a green screen attached to a huge piece of duct taped cardboard. This is about 2 meters by 2 meters, and it's a load of old cardboard boxes that I've got a kind of grid pattern of duct tape holding together. And this has all been held on by these clips you can see here, these kind of stationary style clips. I'm going to be removing the green felt from all this and then building a frame. When I build the frame, I'm going to have the camera stabilized here so you can watch the whole frame building process. But for now, I've got to get this green felt off this cardboard. So what I've got to do now is turn on the recording software on my computer and work out the limits of the webcam to work out exactly where my frame is. So for example, my frame in this video goes from here to roughly around there. It's an entire arm's length. So I know that I can act anywhere within this frame and the camera will still pick me up. I need to know where the frame is for my webcam. Now I'm looking at the video on my screen, and it will tell me that my frame, as far as this webcam goes, is from here. So the word "the" in the Dark Knight Rises poster to here, just before the door. Okay, so what I now need to get is 2 of these poles. These are just basic simple broom handles that I've bought. I'm going to put one over there and one there. I'm then going to make them a little bit longer than the actual frame to give me some wiggle room to work with. So there to there. And then I'm going to duct tape them heavily together like this. I'll do that now. Okay, I have successfully created two of these, which is two of the broom handles joined together. What I need to do now, because that's going to be the top bar and the bottom bar, what I need to do now is take one regular broom handle, which will be of course the bracing upright. Now I've started over here. You can see that I've started joining these two together by simply taking some duct tape and wrapping it round in a kind of cross pattern. I'll do some duct tape across one way, then I'll do some duct tape across the other. And then, what I've also bought are these. Now these are garden stakes. They're just plastic tubes. Got them from Wilko's, cost me about £3 for a pack of 3. And what I'm going to do with these is put them diagonally across, because the best way to build anything is in triangles. Any engineer should know that. I'm not an engineer, but it's pretty obvious. Build it across. I'm going to brace it around there and then brace it around there with duct tape, and that should prevent the whole structure from wobbling too much or from moving. So if you don't brace it, it'll all fall to one side or all fall to the other. But with the braces, we should have a much, much stronger structure. That's the theory anyway. That is the theory. So what I'm going to do now is build it and then hopefully give you a shot when it's all built and together. So this is where we're at now. We have a frame, an upright, a bottom rung, another upright, and a top. Of course, the issue you have with joining anything like this is there is no structural integrity sideways. I can push it and pull it sideways and you'll see the top just slides like that. That's what the triangular braces are going to be about now. I'm going to take these garden stakes and place them in a sideways angular bracing position like that. Tape them down to it hard, possibly take them behind so it won't affect the hanging of the actual fabric, and then we should hopefully have something that's a bit stronger and still remarkably lightweight. Okay, so I've only added one brace. I've only added one brace onto the sides so far, and already we are seeing much less movement. If I try and move it now, that's all we're going to get, because this triangular brace is preventing the lateral movement of the top bar. I might add another brace in the corner down there just for stability, but I honestly don't think I need it. But I will anyway, because I've bought all the sticks. I want to use them for something. Okay, so I've finished making the frame. What I've got is a vertical, well, two horizontals, two verticals, backed up by an angular brace here and an angular brace over in that corner as well. This is a real lightweight frame. Of course, where I need this frame to be is roughly here. I need the frame to be here, and I need it completely covered in the green fabric. So what I'm going to do now is hang the green fabric over the top of it, use the little command kind of grippy things I've got some down here, I'll show you. So I've now got a load of these things. I'm going to hang the fabric over the top of the frame, clip it to the frame using these things several times, and then I'm going to use a few more broom handles, take them to these uprights here as legs, so it raises the whole frame up. So the frame isn't standing on the floor, the frame is duct taped to some legs which are going to raise it up to the right height. It should, well, it will unfortunately sit in front of the radiator. I'll be able to move it left and right slightly, but it will mainly be taking over this wall, and then I can check that the light is falling onto it evenly, is dispersed evenly across it, because the light being perfect is kind of essential for a green screen. Let me clip the green on top now and see how that goes. In fact, you know what? I'll reset the camera and leave it on, and you can watch me build the whole thing.
I honestly had no idea what I was doing at this point. I knew the basics of engineering, used triangle structures in the corner to brace it and make it stronger, and used enough duct tape to destroy a small nation or hold a small boat together. That's my general solution for building everything. Duct tape and make it up as you go along. And both those things were serving me very well when I decided to do this. The first attempt at making a huge cardboard square had worked, but it was very, very cumbersome, pretty heavy, and kind of got in the way. This was designed to be a lightweight frame, and I didn't know it yet, but it would end up working perfectly.
Okay, the issue that we have now is that because the light source in my room is over there behind the camera, we're having one corner, in fact this specific corner here, is very slightly darker. And when you have to chroma key out a colour, the editing software I use, OBS, is very specific on what colour it picks up. So if I say please get rid of all light green, it will leave the dark green in. And if I say please get rid of all dark green, it will leave the light green in. Anyone that used this software know there's a colour similarity slider, and if I slide the colour similarity enough for it to pick up the dark green, it also starts picking up parts of my skin, parts of my clothing and parts of my hair, as you do whenever you get it more toward pick up basically everything. So what I've got to do is get a lamp that's in my cupboard out, put it where the camera currently is, cover the end of the lamp with probably some tissue paper or some kind of spun, some light diffusing material, and shine that onto the green screen as a backlight to make sure that I don't have to put the similarity up so high. It's basically about lighting a green screen. I've got to try and light a green screen using only a room light and one lamp. Not something I'd particularly want to try and do. Normally I'd like big studio lights, but I don't have that kind of budget, so I guess we're using a lamp. And we are done. I have got the old husk of the cardboard tucked safely behind my wardrobe, so I can throw that away soon. I've had to remove the lampshade from the actual light itself because the lampshade was causing the shadows in the corner, and I've now got the big green screen permanently up against the back of the wall, so my whole room will have the green screen up there at all times. I know you can still see there's slight differences in the green. You're going to get that until it's pulled really taut, which I can't do with the exact way that I've made the frame, but this does mean I no longer have to move the green screen from in front to behind of the bed. When I'm streaming, my room is just generally tidier now. I've got more space for everything, and I've got a permanent setup for streaming, so I don't need to keep moving that around anymore. I'm much happy with that. That's much better. Excellent. And I've spent all day doing this, and now I'm going to go to bed. So you guys have a good night.